Okay. All right. Let's talk about Tata Consultancy Services. It's shifting towards an AI-led model with AI playing a bigger role across operations and decision making. Chairman N. Chandrasekaran said that it is moving beyond support functions to become core to how enterprises run. Let's find out what this is all about, and let's head to Jasmeet first to get a sense of what that is. Jasmeet?
Well, Alex, very good morning and thank you for that. TCS is among the few companies that have reported the AI revenue, and here the management is giving the AI outlook for FY27 and the key foundational changes that they are implementing. Firstly, on the AI front, they give that the AI is becoming now infrastructure of intelligence. Further, they also make a note that the AI is influencing how the enterprises are planning the strategies and also managing the risk going forward. Further, they call AI, it's not just a layer but a operating foundational when it comes to the overall changes that they are seeing. Further, the company has also nearly trained 2.7 lakh employees with AI skills, which is 3 times of what was in the last year, which also shows how quick the company is moving into the AI space. While the company has also given out the 4 priority focus area where they would like to focus in the coming period. First one is building AI operating systems so that they can deploy AI with the organizations. Secondly is to construct India's first AI focused data center. Further, the company also plans to strengthen the AI infrastructure by partnering with nearly 3,600 AI firms, OEMs, as well as hyperscalers. While lastly, company to also establish, secure and build AI infrastructure as well. So all in all, we do see the outlook to be positive and constructive for AI, but it's a wait and watch of how does the AI revenue, which is a very small part of the overall revenue, turns out going ahead.
Got it. Okay. We're joined this morning, and thanks so much for that, Jasmeet, by Sandip Agarwal, Fund Manager at Sowilo Investment Managers. Sandip, thanks so much as always for taking the time. And in the recent past, we've spoken a few times about IT, and from an original stance of negativity, because of the kind of drop that you've seen in prices, you turned and you changed your view. But specifically on this, an adoption of AI, increase of share in revenue, what do you make of the latest?
Yeah. Hi, good morning, and thanks for having me on the show. So, I was going through the annual report, and I think the annual report has been done very nicely, and what it is trying to explain the whole ecosystem of how new technology works. So, just I will take 30 seconds to explain you the whole chain. So basically, whenever a new tech comes, and remember that after 2004, it is now 22, 23 years when a big change is happening in the hardware side, and big growth has happened in the hardware side because of AI, the GPU chips and related infrastructure has been purchased at a large scale. So it was overdue. 20 years, not much spend has happened in hardware, very minuscule growth. So that hardware is getting changed. And always remember, when new technology comes, when primarily the technology needs the change in hardware because of processing capability, storage capability, or security, which has happened in this case, the hardware has to go through revamp, and a huge growth comes, and that is the reason you are seeing that all the providers of the hardware, whether NVIDIA or AMD or anyone else, they have been benefited in a very, very big way. Now, after hardware, what happens is that the software products and the ecosystem of software around that and the platforms around that grow very fast. So first of all, hardware growth will be insane. It will be like triple digit and all that, which we have already witnessed. Now the software and related product growth will also be substantial. And then there will be a distribution platform growth, which is like the Microsofts and the GenAI and the other platforms which are building in around that to distribute the technology or distribute it to the masses and the enterprises. So we are seeing good growth there also, and the companies are doing well. They are reporting 20, 25, 30% growth. And the fourth level will be when these companies, the distributors, they will be serviced by the outsourcers, and that stage I think will start coming from this year. I'm again repeating that our industry is very matured. I am not expecting a double-digit kind of growth at industry level, but I think 5, 6, 7% growth for the industry for 3, 4 years is minimum expected, and depending on the size of the company, the growth could be higher. So small and mid cap will have higher growth. So that is the way we should look at it. So I think they have very nicely explained the whole thing into the report, and that is what they are trying to say, that okay, hardware we are not there, and hardware growth, generally remember that it is a hockey stick growth, but it will fall also like that, and then you will see 10, 15 years of only maintenance purchases happening in hardware. So these all stocks which are today looking 7, 8 times PE and cheap and all that, this is all story. I think when the decline happens and all those, then these stocks will be looked at as a price book value basis. And similarly, the software product also will go through but little lesser volatility. The best will be the distributors, which are the Microsofts and all, which are building around and distributing this because they have the platform to distribute. So no one can take away the right to sell, and then we will have we will be the outsourcers who will provide services to these firms. But again, there also the growth will be lower. So that is the whole way you should look at the system.
So Sandeep, good morning. Hiral here. The question over here is, with the way TCS is looking at in terms of AI, being AI ready, do you think the industry will follow suit, and this is something which will become a kind of model for your Indian enterprise companies?
No, so always it has happened. So the 2,70,000 people who have been trained in AI, for example, as they have mentioned, so that is very clear. So you will see that number going up to almost 80-90% for all the companies, whatever employees train. They have to train them because the demand is now on that side. So they will have to retune their workforce and send them to training and give them training and deploy to the client as and when required. So I don't think that there is no other way. In my view, there is no other path. This is the only path, and this is the right path. So I think the whole industry will shift towards that. Incrementally, every quarter you will see the workforce will getting trained in AI. For each of them will finally reach 80-85%. I have seen in past it has always reached that level, and you will see growth coming back. But remember, this is a mature industry, so lower growth for longer is the theme. But we will not see volatility like the hardware or the software products which are growing at triple digit. They will fall also very sharply in terms of growth.
Okay, so it's going to be interesting to see how this space pans out. But thank you, Sandeep, so much for joining in. Always a pleasure to speak to you. And I think our conversation, even on Friday, Alex, when we spoke to Manish Dangi, was absolutely